What's up, beautiful people? My name is Prudence, and if it's your very first time to watch my videos, thank you so much for being here, and kindly give this video a thumbs up, give me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. On today's video, I'm gonna be showing you 25 things you should know before traveling to our country, Kenya. Oh yeah, and before everything else, guys, I am Kenyan. I was born and raised in Kenya, so you're hearing everything from the horse's mouth herself. Yeah, so guys, so let's go. So Kenya, first things first, Kenya is an African country, and it's located on the eastern part of Africa. Basically, it's an East African country, and our capital city is Nairobi. Beautiful Nairobi. Okay, so before we go even further, I want to tell you how we pronounce our country. Our country is pronounced as Kenya, not Kenya, as most visitors come here and give us a really hard time. But our country is pronounced Kenya. So here in Kenya, people drive from the left. So I know some countries people drive from the right, but here in Kenya, we drive from the left. I guess we adopted the British way, a lot of British ways, because we were colonized by the British. So I guess that's why we drive from the left. So here in Kenya, we have 42 tribes, and it's the reason why I had this point. We have 42 ethnic groups. I am doing this because there's this notion that all of us are marathon runners and all of us are Maasais. No, that's not true. We have 42 ethnic groups, and Maasai is one of them. And marathon runners, mostly like 98% of marathon runners are Kenyans. They come from an ethnic group called the Kenyans. That's why if you are so keen, you're gonna find that most of their names, they're kind of like Kiprotich, Kiprop, Kiprono. Every ethnic group has their own way of naming their children. So we are not all marathon runners. Only people from the Rift Valley part of Kenya. Precisely, every other people they can't even run 100 meters. And the Maasai is another tribe in Kenya. They are the people their culture is shawls. You know, shawls. Look at me. I am dressed in just a nice dress. I am not in a shawl. Yeah, so basically that's it. Not all of us are Maasais. Okay. Equator runs across our country. How beautiful. This means that in Kenya, we are not affected by climate, like seasons. We don't have seasons like winter, autumn, summer, and spring. We don't have that kind of climate here. What affects us here is weather. We basically have like weather changes. You might find today is raining, tomorrow it's not raining, tomorrow is sunny, the other day is just cool. That's just what affects us here. Weather changes, not climatic changes. This means that you can come to Kenya at any given time of the year, all around the year. Means of transport. So basically here in Kenya, like the common taxi apps are here. We have Uber is here. We have Uber Select, which is mostly for corporates. Then we have Uber X, which most people use. And then we have Uber Chap Chap. Uber Chap Chap goes for as low as $2, yeah, or 200 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, that is if you are moving or commuting around the city. If you're commuting around the city, then I recommend you use Uber Chapter because it's really affordable. And besides Uber, we have other taxi apps like Bolt, which gives also offers. And besides the taxi apps, we also have matatus. Actually, matatu is a very popular and common name or word among the locals. Matatu basically means public transport. Yeah, matatu, yeah, it's public transport. So it's what most locals use around here. it's, I mean, the price is very affordable, and the matatus they enter the estates, so it's very convenient to use matatus. Something else, we have boda bodas. Boda boda is a motorcycle, so I don't really get the difference between a boda boda and a motorcycle, but it's the same thing. So a boda boda is another local and a very, very common name among the locals. And so border borders are mostly used in remote areas, and also they are in the city. Traffic jam. Whenever you hear Nairobi, Kenya, I guess traffic jam goes hand in hand with Nairobi. Oh God, there is usually a lot of traffic here in Nairobi, and I'll recommend when you come to Nairobi, you schedule your meetings or your appointments between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. During that time, there is no one on the road. Basically, you can, that's when, if you really want to enjoy driving, that's when you can, and it's the best time to book your appointments. Kindly I beg you, don't book your appointments during between 6 and 9, because that's when most people are going to work, and between 4 to 7 it's usually crazy. If you do that, you're gonna have a very, very bad experience of Kenya, trust me. Here in Kenya, we have like the common group of hotels like Kempinski, Radisson Blue, Hilton. We have very, very nice hotels. I'm telling you this, so when you come to Nairobi, you'll be like, oh, so where will I gonna sleep when I come to Nairobi? Oh, your group of that hotel that's in your country is also here. And besides the group of hotels, you also have other beautiful, beautiful hotels here that you can really enjoy with the rooftop bars. Oh God, the hotels are very, very beautiful and at an affordable price. The official language of Kenyans is English. Yeah, that's why. That's why I'm fluent, because I've spoken English pretty much my entire life, and the national language is Swahili. Yeah, Swahili. So that's when if you are a visitor and come to Kenya, you'll just hear somebody tell you jambo. I mean, at the airport, jambo basically means hi, how are you? Yeah, and it's a Swahili word. So most tourists that come here in Kenya, it's the first word they learn, which is very nice. I mean, like, hi, how are you? Yeah, so like everybody, I'm very sure everybody in Kenya, everybody can communicate in Swahili, and like 95% of Kenyans can communicate in English. That's those that went to school, because English is taught in school. If you've never been to school, then they do not know how to speak in English, but Swahili, they can communicate with that very fluently. We have very beautiful restaurants here. You even have group of restaurants like KFC, Big Square, Java, but I'm not so sure McDonald's is here if it's your favorite restaurant where you come from. And sometimes if you don't feel like going out to the restaurant, you can also do online orders. Like we have Jumia Foods, where you can just order your food and it's delivered to your home or your hotel room. And also we have, of course, Uber Eats. Those are the popular ones that I know. But if you really don't wanna like eat alone in your house, you can choose to go to a cuisine or a normal restaurant that serves normal local foods, local dishes. So when you come to Kenya, we have local foods like ugali. I'm very sure that's another very popular word when it comes to meals. Ugali is basically corn, or if you want to say maize, that's processed, and it's very, very fine. Pretty much everybody in this country has tasted ugali or takes ugali 3 days in 7 days. That's how much people use ugali here. And that's because it's very affordable. And we also have local foods like mukimo. Mukimo is basically mashed potatoes with you can choose to add beans or corn. You can also choose to add greens. or vegetables, and then it's smashed. That's a local food here in Kenya. We also have githeri. Githeri is basically cereals. So they are very very popular here. So when you come to Kenya, make sure you taste these three: ugali, amukimo, and githeri. Yeah, they are very very local, very very Kenyan. Kenyans have, of course, an African accent. So I had to put this here precisely because most people say I have an accent. I don't speak like most Kenyans do speak. Yeah, so I am having this here for anybody who has never heard Kenyans speak. Kenyans don't speak like me. They have an African accent. Mine is equally African, but I don't really know why people say, when I meet somebody for the first time, they say, oh, where do you come from? And I'm like, I'm Kenyan. So I notice I have an accent. I don't know from what country or from where, but I had this here for anybody who has never heard a Kenyan speak. Okay, not for everybody. Malls. If I have to say anything, Nairobi has I guess Nairobi has like over 300 malls, and very beautiful malls with everything in one. We have malls like I'm very sure if you come, you're gonna to the Yaya Center, and we also have the, I guess, biggest mall in Africa, Two Rivers Mall. It's very very huge. Yeah, so we have very many malls like Two Rivers Mall, like Yaya Center, Garden City, and so many more. The means of payment here, we have M-Pesa. So if you come to Kenya, M-Pesa is another popular word you're gonna hear when it comes to means of payment or money transaction. It's from this company Safaricom, which is doing a great job in our country. And I guess in the next 2 years, I guess it's gonna be a global company. Like M-Pesa is gonna be a global means of payment with, oh God, it's growing so fast. I guess it's now around Africa and such kind of, it's a mobile means of payment. So yeah, so if you go around Kenya, you'll find M-Pesa shops in every corner, or even 10 of them at one corner. There are very many because like everybody has an M-Pesa, uses M-Pesa to transact. So when you come here, you can get a Safaricom line and then register M-Pesa. It's gonna be really easy for you to pay for stuff or just money transfer. And besides M-Pesa, also Visa. Please make sure when you come to Kenya you have a Visa card. Forget about your MasterCard for now and credit cards, but Visa card is acceptable in almost all banks, in almost everywhere. So Visa card, make sure you have a Visa card before coming. It's gonna be really easy for you to transact money or pay for stuff. Yeah, nightlife. Oh God, I have heard of people who travel to Kenya for our nightlife. I have had 2 friends who have traveled to Kenya for Nairobi nightlife. Damn, we have nightlife here in Nairobi. So if you're here, there are very very pretty awesome bars and clubs here in Nairobi. Yeah, I would recommend you start, if you're new, you start in Westlands. In Westlands, I tell you, they're like every 50 meters there is a club, and a beautiful club. And in Westlands, if you're Caucasian, you're not gonna find it hard because there are very very many white people around there, so you're gonna feel like you're at home. Game reserves and national parks. I don't know whether you know that Nairobi is the only country in Africa with a national park inside the city, guys. But don't be scared because they are well maintained and they don't come to the cities. That has never happened. So it's there for convenience. And besides that, we have Maasai Mara, which is like the largest game park or reserve in the country. Pretty much every visitor that has ever been to Kenya has visited Maasai Mara. You come to Kenya and you find all the iconic wildlife, the big 5, name it, cheetahs, we have giraffes, elephants, crocodiles. I guess all the living wildlife, you'll find them here in Kenya. There are so many game reserves, national parks Yeah, I mean, if you can afford to have a national park in the city, you can imagine how many are there in the outskirts of the city. There are so many and very affordable. Oh, the geography. Oh my God. Kenya is beautiful. Kenya is beautiful. Name it. Oceans. Oh, we have Indian Ocean located on the coastal part of Kenya, Mombasa. If you come here, make sure you go to Mombasa. It's so coastal with beautiful beaches. I mean, oceans. We have rivers here, like River Nzoia, River Nyando, so many rivers, plateaus, Yeta Plateau, and many others. I mean, mountains. Oh, we even have Mount Kenya, which is the second highest mountain in Africa after Mount Longonot. I mean, imagine come to Kenya and you're like, damn, this country is so beautiful. I'm lucky I'm here, I'm lucky I'm Kenyan. Also, the fertility of our land. Did you know that Kenya is actually top 5 country in the world that exports flowers, coffee, name it, tea, cat, Mira, the local name here is Mira, but cat. That's because our land is very, very fertile. Pretty much everywhere is green, apart from northern part of Kenya where they don't farm. They are pastoralists. They rear cattle for meat, and that's where camels are found. That place, it's not fertile for farming, but every other part of the country, oh God. You can imagine we are fall to be top 5 in the entire universe. Friendly immigration process. Actually, it's very friendly to come to Kenya. Not from all countries that you need a visa to come to Kenya. Just a few countries that you need a visa to come. All you need is just your passport and of course your ticket. And also people from Europe and America don't need a yellow fever certificate, but if you are from an African country or any other part of the world, you need yellow fever certificate. Kenyans are very friendly people. I am very sure if you have a friend who has ever been to Kenya, they'll tell you how friendly people are. Kenyans love visitors. I even wonder, you tell somebody you're even Ugandan or Tanzania, they'll be so friendly to you, they'll love you, they'll be so helpful. Basically, Kenyans are, they love people. They're very, very friendly. Security checks. I don't know how your country is, but here in Kenya, you better be used to security checks. If you're not entering your house or your homestead, every other public place, you're gonna find security checks on the entrance. You're gonna find people checking your bag, what you're carrying, if you're entering a mall, if you're entering a hotel. If you're not used to security checks here in Kenya, if you come, you better get used to them now as you're watching this video. And oh, we need to talk. That's a misconception. I mean, even the other day, it's very funny. I heard that there's a guy on Dr. Phil's show that was saying he's actually afraid that when his wife comes to Kenya, he's gonna be eaten by lions on the way. That was very wrong to hear. I'm not, don't quote me, I don't think that's the right thing that he said, but he mentioned lions and wife on the way. That's wrong. There are no animals on the streets. In the streets are vehicles and people. I had to say that. I had to tell you that. Don't be afraid to come to Kenya. You're not going to be eaten by animals or snakes or elephants on the way. That's a lie. They are not there. Something else I have to tell you is you really need to be careful with your valuables. Nairobi is a city like any other big city, and people are, of course, they're looking for means of survival, you know, things that happen in the city. Make sure, be careful with your valuables. Don't leave your valuables anywhere or with people you don't even know. You can't trust them. Keep your valuables very safely, just in case someone tries to snatch your bag on the streets or tries to steal your laptop in a restaurant. Be careful with your valuables. Oh, and I'm gonna love this. Women, I am not like that, but I tell you, in Kenya, we have women with round behind. Before coming to Kenya, you have to be prepared for that. You go on the streets and you're like, damn, that lady, you know, like, damn. I don't even know, I'm not like that personally. It's so sad, I don't know. But you have to be ready to see ladies, especially for men. I mean, I'm telling you what you should expect before coming to Kenya. So expect to see ladies with bum bum. Bum bum? Yeah. And last but not least, Kenya's glory. Wow, did you know that Lupita Nyong'o, who won the Oscars, is Kenyan? Did you know that Edgar Thegi, who is a Hollywood film star, is Kenyan? Oh, did you know that Obama is Kenyan? He was born in Kenya, who the former president of America. Oh, did you know that almost big names, big people around the world have been to Kenya? I mean, name it. I mean, Pope Francis, Rihanna, Ed Sheeran. Many people have been to Kenya, big people. I mean, it's Kenya's glory. I think the only person who has never been to Kenya is Donald Trump, and I don't see him coming. I hope he comes actually. So guys, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and kindly subscribe. So I'll see you on another video. Bye.